Yay.
All right. Well, good morning, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us today. I'm super excited to talk about this particular project. We're going to be talking about an investor opportunity because I believe that you're all in Ontario and having an investment in Calgary might seem a little strange, but I've done it. So I'm also excited to share my experience with the idea of purchasing an investment property in Calgary. Our presentation today is about the opportunity of working with the Quesnay at Currie Calgary project, but as well working with myself and my colleagues on today's call, which I'm going to introduce in just a moment. We're going to explore the features that this particular project has to offer, as well as talk about what Calgary has to offer, because there's been a lot of changes. So I know a lot of people are like, why Calgary? That seems so far away. Like, if I can't go and visit it in an hour, maybe I don't want that. However, we all know that there's been, a lot of challenges when it comes to investment properties in the Toronto market. So it's nice to be able to understand that you're still investing in Canada. So it's not like you have completely foreign investment strategies here. We're still in Canada, but it does give you an opportunity to consider an area where it might be a little bit more budget friendly. And so we're going to talk a little bit about all of those things. So today presenting, I'm going to be your lead host. So I'm Pamela Simons, and we've also got Chiragvasani and Lily Harai. Both of these people, Lily and Chirag, are salespeople with REMAX Condos Plus. So we are a Toronto-based team. We've got 7 offices now located throughout Toronto. So you would be able to come and visit us at any of the locations that we have, and we'd be able to talk to you not just about Quesnay, but there are other Calgary projects as well that we could introduce to you, but also just to compare what it would be like to invest in Calgary versus investing anywhere else. And as I mentioned before, I already have an investment in Calgary. I bought early, really early. I think I bought in 2019 or 2018. I forget. The years of COVID have just blurred my timeline. So I can't remember exactly what day or what year it was. I know, isn't that awful? But I've already purchased. I've got a tenant in place, which I'll talk a little bit about that. It's been, for the most part, fairly smooth. So from that vantage point, it certainly is perhaps an opportunity that you want to consider. So getting into a little bit more about the project, I'm going to start first of all by talking a little bit about Calgary. So Calgary, my brother actually lives out in Calgary. So I've got family that moved to Calgary. Trevor, my brother, moved out there right after high school and has been there for many, many years now. He loves it. I couldn't imagine him living anywhere other than Calgary. And he also has a couple of businesses there. So, stable economy, a very diverse economy. And we're going to talk a little bit about some of the diversification that Calgary and Alberta have made. But for the most part, Calgary is divided into like 4 quadrants, and Quesnay is located in the southwest quadrant of Calgary. That is a very upscale area. I've kind of highlighted in this red circle the area where Quesnay is located. And if you see on the map, you'll see Mount Royal University is right in the area. If you like a casino, there's Grey Eagle Resort and Casino, which is a beautiful casino. I've been in that casino. I know my colleagues are probably laughing because they know I've been in almost every casino. But it's the southwest quadrant. You can see the yellow area. Those are the highways. And so there is a ring road around Calgary now. And this is they say it's about a 15-minute bike ride or a 7-minute drive to the downtown business sector of Calgary, which again, when we found out about this project, they were saying people in Calgary, if they have to drive longer than 20 minutes, they won't go. So knowing that it's within 10 minutes to an area, that is really what people are looking for. is to have something that's close to the places that they want to go or be. So that's the location for Quesnay. It's built amongst a lot of greenery, so there's a lot of parks and greenery around. And so that is also very nice. And there's also lots of places to go and take part in the amenities of the location, which is really, really good. All right, here's a bigger map. So this is, I just actually wanted to show you the Google map. So this is Calgary in general, and this is the downtown core, and where the Quesnay is located is over this area over that way. So it's in the southwest quadrant. Let me see if I can shrink this map a little bit. So here's the airport. It kind of is divided by this line here in terms of this is northeast, northwest, southwest, and southeast area. Oh, sorry, southeast is down here, southwest is here. And I think this is the dividing line along here. They've been building properties outside of Calgary now. Chestermere is big. You may have heard of a lot of projects being built in Chestermere. So that you can see is outside of Calgary. And the nice thing about Calgary is there's room to grow. Like if you think about the city of Toronto, we are bordered on the south by the lake, so we can't go any further without them building more landfill. Even where I live, I'm in the Fort York area. This used to be landfill, which is now, you'd hardly believe that because it's, just been a long time working as a neighborhood. But yeah, it used to be landfill. So Calgary's got lots of room to grow north, south, east, west. It doesn't really matter which way you go. There's a lot of land to be able to expand upon, which is really nice. All right. So a lot of people, when I talk about Calgary, a lot of people often say, yeah, but Calgary is a one-horse wonder. Meaning that their predominant economy is oil and gas or natural resources. And that used to be the case. However, the city of Calgary has really got a very stable real estate market, and they're very business friendly. So I went on and did some research, and the city of Calgary has a whole site on the economic outlook. Some of the sectors that they're working on include technology. So there's a big tech sector that has helped even out and stabilize the economy. So it used to be like a big, almost like like a ride at an amusement park, where the economy would be up and down, every couple of years. They've stabilized a lot more now with some of the introduction of some of these new sectors. So technology is big. Life sciences are big. Film and TV. I was asking my colleagues, you probably remember that TV show, the series that was on The Last of Us, that was filmed out in Calgary. You probably remember the one with Leonardo DiCaprio and the bear, that was filmed out in the Calgary area. So they've really done a great deal of work on enhancing the growth of the economy beyond just oil and gas. And so for those of you that are considering an investment in Calgary, those are some of the elements that you want to hear. Those should be music to your ears in terms of knowing that, if I put my money there, am I just going to lose my money? The answer to that is no. And the city of Calgary is making sure of that. Just in contrast, the city of Toronto, you probably heard in the news, as I have, and it scares me. The city's in so much debt coming out of COVID. They're in so much debt. Well, the province of Alberta came out with a balanced budget after COVID. So again, they have some of the systems in place to be able to quickly bounce back, whereas the city of Toronto, we rely on a different set. Maybe we rely too heavily on our financial sector, and when that struggles, the entire economy struggles. We see downtown Toronto where there's many office towers that are vacant or empty. My biggest thing is I live not too far from the Well in Toronto, and the main office tower was supposed to be used by e-commerce company. And that e-commerce company after COVID decided, yeah, I guess our people can work from home. So they no longer needed that. So that's an entire office building that they had to, release because it was planned for one company and now that company doesn't need it anymore. So again, maybe we are relying too heavily on certain sectors that are able to work remotely. And so we've got that challenge with not enough growth here. We do have the challenge with housing, but housing here is just very expensive. There is a video on here, so when I share this out afterwards, I will actually share out some of these links for you as well, so you'll have them and you can go and visit these after the fact. But really great reasons. Like, if I can't tell you why to consider Calgary, they certainly can tell you why to consider visiting Calgary and investing in Calgary. So just a couple of quick facts about the project. I know, Chirag, you will be going into a lot more detail about this. We're currently talking about the building 2, the release of building 2. Now, what has happened with some of the other projects in Calgary is many of those projects were snapped up early by Ontario-based investors. The reason for that is that, again, people are looking at that and identifying that Calgary is affordable. Toronto is not. The price per square foot is, now maybe 500. It used to be 400, just like Toronto. I mean, a few years ago, Toronto was not a few, maybe it was 2013. So maybe 10 years ago, Toronto used to be those prices. So naturally, you're getting in fairly early on the growth phase of Calgary, which is really good. Now, this builder is Rohit. Rohit is an excellent builder. They build a very quality product. Again, Lily's going to talk about some of the features in the suites themselves. Some of them were jaw-dropping, beautiful. So I'm going to be really excited for when Lily, you get a chance to talk a little bit more about what is in the suites. But everything in the suite will be completely finished for you. And I know that for those of you that purchase in Toronto, you know that the builders will give you a suite. Yeah, they'll add the appliances in, but then there's a lot of other things that are plus, 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 plus. Rohit is not like that. They've built a quality product, and even in the number crunching, where they've set the condo fee or the maintenance fee, they've set it in such a way to take into account many of the elements that the Toronto-based projects just don't have. So you're going to see a couple of things. And again, what excited me and why I purchased was there was no land transfer tax. In Toronto, it's a double land transfer tax. There's no HST. There is GST, but remember the difference between HST and GST. GST in Alberta is 5%. And HST is 13%. So there is a big difference. There's no HST, but there is a GST. In this particular project, when Chirag reviews the prices, the GST is included in those prices. In Ontario, we have building or developer levies, which add a huge number to the price. Here, none. And also from an investor standpoint, something that I really like is the fact that there is no landlord and tenant board the way we have it in Toronto and in Ontario. And that makes it a very friendly to landlord environment. So you'll be able to see some of that, and we'll review all of those things with you. So for now, for you, Quesnay, at Currie in Calgary, it's not just about a fabulous location. It's also a great lifestyle. There's thriving business community there, excellent opportunity for you as an investor. They're family friendly. If you know people that actually are thinking about moving there, it's very family friendly, endless amounts of fun. Calgary has it all. Of course, if you're a skier, Banff is maybe an hour away. So certainly there's great skiing. One thing I like about it, and again, if you haven't visited Calgary lately, it's new. Almost everything is new there, continuously developing new restaurants. They'll come in and they'll, test market lots of new restaurants. And of course, one of my favorite times to go is during Stampede, where we all become country folk during Stampede. All right. I think I'm ready to turn it over to Lily, who is going to talk a lot about the design elements. And Lily, let me know when you're ready for me to change the slides. Lily, you're muted.
Okay, hi. Well, thank you, Pamela, for that very informative and enticing introduction and presentation. So, I am very much excited to do my part. So, I want to start by introducing you to an exclusive designer, Louis Duncan He. Louis is an award-winning designer based in Calgary. His distinctive interior designs have earned him numerous accolades, including being named one of Coveted Magazine's top international designers for 2020 and Making Avenue Magazine 2019 top 40 under 40 list. Okay, so I now want to start by giving you a personal tour of this designer lobby. As you can see, it is stylish and sleek with gold accents, brass elevator doors, angled ceiling treatment, and of course, to impress your friends and family when you welcome them to this modern lobby. Next, I want to escort you to this lobby sitting area. As you can see, it is beautifully designed, unique, vibrant, with indigenous artwork. Okay, we now move on to, let me escort you now as we walk into the common areas to the doorway of your beautiful suite that awaits you. Louis is excited to be collaborating with Rohit and has created 3 new unique designs. The first one, Ethereal Zen. This combines calm, natural colors with textured design elements and is definitely an organic suite. As I walk into the bedroom and bathroom, we can see, of course, calm and natural colors. Discover a home that is natural and stylish. And of course, there's a beautiful view, as you can see, in the balcony area. Our second design is the neoclassical revival. This draws from timeless design elements that create an elegant look. White and cream hues are complemented with black, gold, and walnut accents that invokes a luxurious yet refined feel. Next, we move into our beautiful, exquisite bathroom and bedroom. And as you can see again, it is outfitted with gold fittings. We now move into our third design, Haute Contemporary. Actually, this is my favorite. I know Chirag will be smiling because he said at first it was his favorite. Anyhow, this is a confident style that fuses together dynamic, bold colors with distinctive patterns and finishes to create a striking and stylish design that draws inspiration from high fashion. And I really love that contrasting white and black bar stools, which complements that pitching. As you can see, this bedroom is stylish and innovative with a high impact bathroom with gold fittings as well. So these are truly great designs. Before I go further, I want to invite Pamela and Chirag to talk a little bit about their preference for these three beautiful suites. Pamela, Chirag, who want to go first?
I think I like, I mean, they're so beautiful, all of the suites, but I think I liked the second one that you showed us. Let's see, that's the neoclassical. Look at that bathroom with like even the wallpapers included in the design and the window coverings. And again, as Lily pointed out, like you can see these big, beautiful windows, pretty much floor to ceiling windows. And you can see there's the tower, the Calgary Tower. So you can see how close you are to the downtown. But I think this one, the neoclassical revival, I think is my favorite. I love that kitchen and the waterfall countertops. That is a very expensive feature that they've included as a standard feature. If that was a Toronto-based builder, that feature would be big bucks extra, like it could be thousands of dollars extra, but they've included it in the design. So I just love that. I could imagine enjoying a space there, very much so. So I think this would be my favorite.
Wow. I'm really confused. They all are so good. But I think as Lily, you mentioned, like that's my favorite, the one you guys
Yeah.
see on the screen, hot contemporary. I really
Yep.
like that black and gold accents, which
Yeah.
in Toronto market, if you go get something like this in your Toronto condos, it's luxury. They charge you
Yes.
like triple $4 or something, whatever you rate them.
Mm-hmm.
It's luxury. And over here you get it like a standard fitting. And
Yeah.
that entire white island, that just contrasts with the black and
Yes,
gold.
exactly.
It just you feel like you own this place already.
The
I
only
have
problem, sorry.
I have couple of other options as well. Like all three options are really good. Wow. The ethereal zen is also more like really calming, soothing. You walk into this place and you feel like home. Ah, relaxing.
Especially after a hard day or a
Yes,
stressful day.
yes. But when you're in Calgary, there's nothing to stress about. The
I
city is
suppose,
very
I guess.
fun. Yeah,
It's
Maybe
a
a
fun
fun
place.
day out skiing or something.
right?
Yeah. Or after Stampede.
After Stampede, yes, you
After
can come
Stampede, you just want
out.
to sit by the couch, look at the gorgeous views, and sip a glass of wine. Oh, I can imagine
Yes.
myself.
Yeah, but with a kitchen like that, though, for someone who likes to cook like me, I don't know if I will want to even cook too much in that kitchen.
So beautiful. But you know what? This is I don't know if this is quartz or natural, but if it's quartz is a really
Quartz.
user-friendly.
Quartz.
It's
It's
quartz. Okay.
quartz,
So
yeah.
it's a very user-friendly thing. I always say it's red wine safe. So if you drop red wine on it, it won't stain. Whereas if it
Mm.
was a lot of other, like even if it was granite, which is truly man-made, truly natural, quartz is man-made granite. And so they put some extra resin in there, which makes it so that red wine won't stain it. So even this beautiful white, it won't stain at all. It will keep its natural beauty forever.
Oh,
Yeah, so that's one thing
Wow.
I like about quartz.
yep.
Sold for me because I'm the
Yeah.
one I like to drink wine and I spill wine more.
I wonder after how many glasses.
You'll have to find out.
Okay, well, I would like to, at this point, reiterate Quesnay's luxurious finishing details. Just to mention, extra tall feet ceilings with 8 feet interior doors on the first and sixth floors. 9 feet ceiling with standard 6 feet 8 inches high interior doors on the second to fifth floors. Kitchen cabinets finished to the ceiling. Elegant quartz countertops. Backsplash and waterfall islands, as Pamela mentioned, in every kitchen. Stainless steel fridge, smooth top electric range, dishwasher, and built-in microwave. Chic concealed hood fan. Convenient front loading washer and dryer. Distinctive decorative finishes, including unique floor length mirrors, bespoke light fixtures, and on-feature walls in the bath. Of course, desirable luxury vinyl plank and tile flooring. Turnkey with blinds, package included. I also want to talk a little bit about the features. In addition to being pet-friendly, Quesnay at Currie will feature striking exterior with eye-catching curb appeal, private balconies or patios for enjoyable outdoor living with barbecue natural lines, beautifully landscaped grounds with both open spaces and naturally shaded areas, shared with adjacent battlefront mews to provide a unique passageway and plaza that connects with the community's larger network of parks. Shared electric car charging stations, heated and secured underground parking, certified built green project with more sustainable building techniques and materials. And of course, who like to ride, locked bicycle storage room and peace of mind for 1, 2, 5, and 10-year new home warranty. Okay, so that's the
Yay.
end of this beautiful presentation. I would now like to pass you over to Chirag, who will give you more details into the pricing and the layout and so forth.
Wow. Thank you, Lily. And thank you, Pamela, for setting a stage for me. And now we are here at the part where most of you guys are already ready, pumped up, like, okay, let's go. I'm ready. I'm ready with my money. Go buy in Calgary. Now let's talk about numbers, the most awaited part of the presentation, right? So now, as you guys I want to walk you through. Some of the things would be quite common, but I would still like to emphasize on these things since we have some people who may not be that aware of how Calgary is in terms of real estate versus Toronto. So let's quickly go through that. So an average condo price in Calgary is about 310K or low 300s basically. And in Toronto, it's more than 700K. That's like less than half you can get in Calgary. And you have lower condo fees in Calgary as compared to Toronto. Of course, all Toronto homeowners or condo owners, they know how much expensive higher condo fees are. And in Calgary, you have very reasonable property taxes as compared to Toronto, of course. And since there is no tenant landlord board as such, so in Calgary, landlords are basically sort of they have an upper hand there because it's more like landlord friendly laws as compared to Toronto, which is everything favoring tenants, tenants, tenants. So one would think like, I don't want to go live in Calgary, but I just want to get an investment property and maybe put it out on rent. How safe is it? Will I be like, charge of everything, blah, blah, blah? Yes, it's very friendly in terms of investing, renting it out, etc. And of course, as Pamela mentioned and was showing us across Calgary, there's abundance room to grow. It's like the city is so vast. It can keep growing, but as compared to Toronto, not so much. We've already outgrown ourselves now, I think by now. And there's very limited supply for housing inventory in Toronto, as most of you guys are aware. Versus in Calgary, there is oversupply. There's so much room to grow. There's so many new developments coming across entire city. There's just housing inventory is just overflowing. Just get on it. And if you compare with the rental market, it's not competitive at all. It's easy to rent in Calgary versus Toronto. It's like a bidding rental market. We all know that. And of course, Toronto condos, most of them are so strict and restricted in terms of Airbnb or like short-term leases versus Calgary, not as such. If you want to invest in Calgary condos and think, no, I don't want to rent it out for like entire year, 2 years, I might want to go there on summer holidays for myself. But the rest of the year, I might want to keep it on like short leases, put it out on Airbnb. It's easy. It's easy to do it. Just like that. You would be very, very much in benefit in getting anything in Calgary, basically. And now let's get into a little bit details on the next part of this project, particularly on the typical floor plans and the floor plates. So this is building 2, which is currently in phase now. and lot of condos, lot of units are available in this building right now for any of you guys who are interested to buy one. I'd like to show into details. There are total of 11 types, 11 different types of floor plans. Wow, that's like really custom-made building for me when I think of it. I come from an architecture background. I know it is not easy to come up with 11 types of floor plans. But in this building, Quesnay, the developers are so generous and they want a custom living for everyone, suiting everyone's needs, be it like a small family, individual person, or like a family of 4 people. They have everything for everyone basically in this 11 types of floor plans. I may not go into all 11 types. We'll focus on the basic and in the important ones, which is 1 bed, 1 bath condos, 1 bed plus den condos, 2 bed condos, and 2 bed plus den. And every floor has different floor plans arranged with different prices. It's pretty standard way. Higher you go, it's a little bit extra you pay. And that's detailed ones. The one highlighted in yellow, as you see on the screen, on 5th floor, yeah, that's out for signing, that place. And which means units are going fast on this floor. And this data is coming from as of yesterday. So we don't know what's happening today and tomorrow. Things might change. But this is just an overview of the pricing list and the condo fees. Look how cheap they are, the condo fees. I see like in all low 200s or low 300s maybe, which I don't see anywhere in Toronto condos like that. Please jump Lily or Pamela if I'm wrong, but I haven't seen this low in Toronto.
No, in fact, I'm looking at the Argento on the 1st floor, and it's 2 bedroom, 2 bath. I mean, with the balcony, it's over 1,000 square feet, $555,000. And again, remember, no land transfer tax, no developer levies. It includes a parking spot, and the condo fees are $436. So
Yes.
even with the interest rates as they are today, let's take the assumption that they're going to remain that way. This will likely, if you're doing a standard rental, will likely break even compared to if we were looking at a new 2-bedroom in Toronto, that's like 1.5 million. So literally this is about 1/3 the price. So yes, you can stretch your investment dollar a lot further. Now, the type of unit I tend to buy, Chirag, is a 1
Yeah.
plus 10. So this 1 plus 10 is a little bigger than the one that I bought. So this Verde, Suite 211. It's a little bigger than the one I bought, and $385, and the condo fees are $288. So the 1 bedroom plus den, the reason I like that suite the best is that the dens often are very versatile. So say you're a couple with 1 child, you could probably put the child in the den. Maybe you work from home. A lot of people do work from home, so they need office space at home. So the den makes a great office space. So those are the ones that always excite me the most. So I hope you're going to share those floor plans with us, because I'm looking forward to seeing those.
Yes, let's jump on the floor plans now. So the very first to start with is 1 bed, 1 bath, a very typical for any condo to have. But look at the price. I was so shocked. Like 355K only. That's really amazing for 530 and above square feet. And mind you, this doesn't include the balcony square feet in here. So if you include balcony, you're easily about 400-ish, 580, 400 somewhere. And with the condo fees of only 250. 250 is like parking over here in downtown Toronto. I pay 250 for my parking, and that's just condo fees. So that's
Exactly.
amazing. I'm
Yep.
like, I was just very much surprised and shocked. Like, why are people not aware of Calgary so much?
And I like the design of this suite, Chirag. This is what
Yes.
I call like your classic kitchen. It's got the countertop because, often, even in a small condo, often I eat at that countertop. I like those countertops, the
Oh yeah.
breakfast bars. So I tend to find that, put some stools up there, you've got that waterfall design. So even though you have an area where they're showing a dining space could go, living space could go, I tend to, eat at my countertop in a smaller condo and use the rest of the space for my living room, or, maybe a narrow dining table, whatever the case may be. But it's nice, and lots of closet space.
Yes, lots of closet space. And also, even in one bed, one bath kind of condo, we see like an actual functional 3-point kitchen, which is very, very rare in any Toronto condos. We have one of those like wall kitchens, or what I call it, like no kitchen at all kind of condos. If it's wall kitchen, the kitchen doesn't exist for me. Yeah, and now we jump on the next one. Like, let's say one bed, one bath. You guys are not fine with it. You want a little bit extra space. Let's get on to one bed plus den with more than 600 square feet of space. And that's only coming for like 380 something, 379K around. Condo fees of 281. That's again, this is like also really cheap for an investment point of view if you think that. Not so expensive. With the floor plans, how functional is it? A den with a window, that's seriously a luxury for Toronto. I have a den which has no window, nothing. It's more like a closet for me in Toronto. This could be easily like your second bedroom. Features, and yeah, I really like that how balcony is actually also functional, spacious, and not just like namesake balcony. Yeah. And they've named all of these condos like with a very specific names just to make it more attractive. And I like it. I like to live in Grigio. That's like a zen for me.
It reminds me of
Uh,
wine, Pinot Grigio.
I was thinking that too. I was thinking that too. That's why I picked
Yep.
Grigio.
Well, the other thing too is, Chirag, that price point, 380 basically,
Yeah.
that's what we paid in Toronto about 10 years ago. So if Calgary ends up having the growth that we had, or we have been experiencing, there's really strong potential that, in 10 more years, like it's like baby Toronto, in 10 more years, with the immigration and the growth, that these properties could be up in value, the same way that Toronto properties have grown as well. Because Calgary has the ability to expand a bit more, it's unlikely that it's maybe going to grow to the extent that Toronto has. But again, there will be some growth, and these are, really good for a number of different types of buyer or people who want to dwell in them, whether you're a renter or whatever the case may be, Airbnb-ing it or whatever. I don't know, Chirag, if you're going to tell the story about the person who Airbnb'd their one bedroom and den.
Yeah, I wasn't planning to, but now, as you mentioned, I might. So even with this, like, so there was a story by the developer, and not from the developer, but we've heard at the developer session coming from a primary source. And so this person who bought a condo in Calgary put it out on Airbnb, and in I think what was that, like less than a month or so, the just on the Airbnb rental price that he made, he was out with his condo, like entire place was paid off, kind of. Right, Pamela? Am I right?
Well, he's earning annual income on his one bedroom and den of $51,000 a year.
Yeah, sorry, a
$51,000
year,
a
a
year.
year.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
Through
excellent.
Airbnb-ing it versus, and like if you rent that out on your own, because I have a one bedroom and den, you're going to get between $1,750 to $2,000 a month rental out there, plus or minus. Again, depends on what's happening with the market, what time of year. I always think if the students are coming to school, that puts more pressure on the rental market. But yeah, from an Airbnb, and there's lots of Airbnb management companies. So if you want to investigate that, we will work with you to find an Airbnb management company that can manage your suite for you. And so you can just sit back and cash those Airbnb rent checks and have a business, a substantial business. Like, 51,000 a year. If I had 2 of these suites, that's 100,000. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna have some expenses against that income. So maybe I need 3, but
Oh my God, one of
I could,
each.
Wow.
yes, yeah,
One of each.
I could be pretty much earning income without actually having to go into a job every day,
Yeah.
Yeah.
just by considering what the Airbnb market has to offer. And again, certain times of the year, I'm sure it's going to be busier. Stampede probably is
Yep.
super busy. If there's conferences happening, I'm sure it's really busy, seasonal, people who might want to go out to Calgary for skiing or whatever. This one, again, because of the location, it does make it great as an option for Airbnb. So yeah, that's
Ab-
got 2 choices: rent it long and slow, or rent it quick and fast,
And fast.
whichever you
Make more
want.
Absolutely.
money.
Yeah, make more
Yeah.
money, whatever the case may be, you've got the options.
And Airbnb in this location would be very easy to find. It's close to airport, and
Yeah.
it's also a hub for major tourist destination. People going to Banff, they stop by at Calgary always, always.
Actually, officially, it's the opposite corner of Banff, because
Yeah,
opposite corner of the airport. The airport's in northeast. This is southwest, but it's because of the ring road. It's only half-hour drive from the airport, because it's easy to get. It's not like Toronto, right? You think you can go a block or 2 in Toronto, it takes you an hour. In Calgary, just it doesn't. I mean, even when they say they've got heavy traffic, my brother and sister-in-law, when they come visit, they're like, I hate Toronto. The traffic is awful. And when I go to Calgary, I'm like, what traffic do you have? And they're like, oh yeah, this is awful traffic. I'm like, what traffic? It's all perspective, isn't it? That you look at the different cities and what they have to offer, and it is a big difference.
yes, yes. And now getting on to a floor plan with 2 bed, 2 baths, the one of the really nicer spacely layout unit with 960 square feet, and you have only for 540, which is like if you were to go by this one in Toronto, it's 1.5 million, as Pamela just mentioned. It's like 1/3 of price with 960 square feet or more than that. Over here in Toronto, you get like what, 800 square feet fitted into 2 beds? Yeah, that's like matchboxes for me.
Look
Yeah.
at that walk-in closet.
That's mhm.
Yeah, that
Whoa.
walk-in closet
And
and
the double sinks, like couples that move in and are living together, they love the double sinks, the walk-in closet. This is a shower here, but they do have a tub in the other bathroom. The other bathroom, you see there, it's a semi-ensuite. So you can come directly from the second bedroom into the bathroom, or from the hallway area into the bathroom. So it is semi-ensuite.
Mhm.
Again, this would
yeah,
be excellent for Airbnb-ing it, or somebody who just wants the space to move around. With the balcony, this is over 1,000 square feet.
absolutely. I really like
Yep.
that kitchen layout. I can imagine myself with this kind of black and gold kitchen
Mhm.
space.
I live in a 2 bedroom plus den, and I'm telling you that price is half of what we paid for this condo, and we
Two
live
bedroom plus
downtown.
den, Lily. Wait
Yeah.
for it. Like that's what I'm gonna take it next
So
one.
it's really, I mean, that price is really, I would say, is a giveaway for me.
And
You
for
know,
someone like me, I invest in like small amounts. I like to invest in small amounts. This is place for me, kind of like small investors. If you're not into like, oh, I don't want to spend my $1 million all at once. These are like really a good
buy two.
investment opportunities. Yeah, or buy 2, or Pamela would go for 3 or 4.
Yeah, of course. She
Yeah.
wants one each.
Yes, one of each style. Well,
One of
the other
each.
thing too is, investing is really the option here. They're great management companies. I always say my brother, for some of the other teams that are also working on the Calgary area, he's done some handyman work for them. He can do PDI inspections, your pre-delivery inspections. So, we do have a team of people out in Calgary that can help you with things that you can be remote. I've never seen my unit. The one that I bought, I've never seen it. My brother went and did the PDI for me, took photos of it, took some video. And he's detail oriented. He's in the construction business. And so he, he really did a good job, and he commented about, this is not so good, that's not so good, but it's a different builder. This is amazing in terms of what this builder does in terms of the quality of the product. Like this is
Yeah.
very upscale.
It's very unique.
Yeah. And that's great to hear coming from a professional like your brother.
Hmm.
Wow, that means a lot.
Yeah.
And now this is Lily's apartment or condo, 2 bed plus den, 2 bath. Lily, how much did you pay? Did you pay like 535K only?
No,
Why
twice.
not? See, you were basically mugged. You were mugged. See, this is steal.
Yes, it
535K
is. It
for 2 bed
is.
plus den of more than almost 900 square feet.
Yeah.
And
I
with
It
the
was
really
almost
like this
twice.
layout. I really like this layout, particularly if you look at like the bedroom master suite and the second bedroom, which has like a den. It could act like your kid's bedroom who you
Hmm.
you want to give them a separate room, but you also want to keep them close, kind of. For
Yep.
someone, or like let's say you have a elderly person in the house who wants their own separate space, but you also want to make sure keep an eye out kind of on them. That's really a nice layout, I think so.
Yeah.
And a huge walk-in closet for master suite.
I like that. That's like
Double sinks and
a
islands is
bedroom in
just,
Toronto.
yeah, one of the rare ones, right?
Yeah.
Double sinks and islands it seems like it's standard feature for this project.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And look at
Double
For
the
me,
sink
that's
is important.
look at
for
where
me,
the
that's
laundry
luxury.
is, right? The
It
laundry
is
Laundry.
luxury.
it has a, has a table, like a counter in there, the laundry through there. It's like a laundry room. Like we get laundry nooks in
Yeah.
Toronto,
Nothing.
floor on them.
Yeah.
This is like a laundry room, which is really nice.
Just dump all your dirty laundries and shut the door. Nobody
Yeah.
ever gets to see it.
That's especially for the single people.
Yes.
Now let's talk about the payment. I know by now you guys are already okay. You guys like I'm pretty sure we did a good job of uh like promoting this project and making sure that what Rohit is offering with this project comes true. And now you guys are ready with your checkbooks. I know, I see it. Although the cameras are turned off, but I see it. So the deposit is quite easy, just 10% on waiving of conditions, or 5% with mortgage approval. If you have a mortgage, it's only 5%. Come on, guys, you can do this. Plus
Hmm.
5% in 180 days. This is no-brainer for me. Let's go. And which also includes your parking, underground parking, which is for only $7 in your maintenance fee. Come on. For example, if your condo fees are coming for like 240 something, $240 a month, with parking you get only 247, and that's your condo fees with parking. That's really nice.
Yeah.
And all prices, mind you, all prices, we've been repeating this, that includes net GST. So you're not paying anything extra on this as part of your GST. And just reminding again, GST is only 5%. It There's no HST here, so you're saving that 13%. And that 13%, you could do anything. Just go on a vacation or like spend it on your family. Why not? I would do that. And of course, purchase price may vary as the inventory goes low. So that's why before this project is really booming, you don't want to be behind in this race. Get on the front line, get your favorite condo units booked. And the booking process is also really simple. If you have inquiries or like just to make sure you want some sort of engagement going on, this is not a commitment, mind you. I'm repeating, this is not a commitment. You just have to fill out this worksheet submission, which is more like expressing your interest. And it's a really simple, even we could do it on your behalf if you like so. That's how it looks like. It just says like what unit number or what floor number you are interested in, and just share your email address. If this is going to be like your investment property or your primary residence, nothing matters at this point. It's just for them to know how can better they can help you with. And mind you, coming with Rohit, you have nothing to worry about. They always do an excellent work. They're in the business for more than 30, 40 years now. Right, Pamela? Yeah.
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 Yeah. And
So
there
yeah,
are other, there are other builders that are building out in the Calgary area. However, Rohit is doing something, very different in terms of, the product that they're offering, the quality, the finishes that they're offering. We didn't talk about amenities in the project, but mainly because a lot of the amenities, like, in Toronto, the buildings all have fancy dancy amenities, pools, gyms, saunas, pet washing stations, you name it. What they've done here to help maintain the condo fees at a very reasonable level is they did not include all of those features. I mean, if you go to your pool, you'll probably see that you're the only one there any time of the day. I do use a pool, but within a few minutes away, there's the Mount Royal University and some other city-based amenities that I could use. So if those are amenities that I like, gym or whatever, most people tend to go out to those. They don't tend to use them in their units or in their buildings. So
That
Rohit
is
did
true.
not include things that they wouldn't use. There's parks close by. The whole setting of the project is very park-like. And by the way, I put the lookbook link into the chat. So you probably see the chat is flashing at you. That's the lookbook link so that you could go and have a look at, what that looks like. And you can see more designs, more floor plans. There were so many, 11, as Chirag said. There's
Yes.
no way we would spend the time to go through all 11, but we wanted to make sure that you have that document for afterwards. And it's super easy to reach out to us. So I'll get each of us to put our contact details. So you can text me. There's my phone number. Chirag, you want to put yours in? Lily, do you want to put yours in the chat?
Mhm.
Of course.
And just text or call, and we can walk you through which floor plans might be ideal. We can also help you with mortgage arrangements. Again, that 5% down, I just did a calculation at $350,000, 5% is $17,500. Compared to 5% down in Toronto, you're looking at, a significant, like say 75,000 might be 5% down in Toronto. So again, you may have some money saved and think, yeah, I've got the 5%. Well, you only need the 5% right now. And then in another 180 days, which is 6 months later, you need the other 5%. We can help you with mortgage approvals. I know one of my preferences is the RBC. Not that anybody that is part of our team has affiliations to RBC. Okay, that's not true. Lily's husband works for RBC in human resources.
Yeah,
He's
and
not
also
doing
my
mortgages.
daughter works at TD, so
Conflict.
Conflict.
And hi, Gabby, I see you online here.
so Gabby's taking notes.
Yes. So, certainly, I like some of the way RBC approves pre-construction. They will give you a hard, firm approval at the time you apply. That's who I used for my recent purchase. And again, over the years through COVID and everything, things changed for me. My business was up, my business was down. It changed a little bit. But once I got the approval from RBC, it was a hard, firm approval. I did not worry at all. It was, they didn't even go back and check anything further. So it's nice. So it's at the moment in time when you apply for your mortgage. So that's my recommendation, is to consider where can you get a hard, firm approval. I know that they do have affiliations with banks like TD. However, again, we can help you with mortgage brokers or recommending a mortgage agent through one of the top big 5 or big 6 banks. So don't fret about that. It's really just a matter of, if this session has piqued your interest, don't wait, because it will sell out. The Calgary population have discovered what we in Ontario have known for a while, that these are awesome deals, and they're jumping on these properties now. So we're now competing not just with ourselves, but we're now competing with the local market, who's saying, wow, if Ontario people are buying all this, they must be a good deal. They're also saying, well, I'm going to buy this too. And so now you've got a larger competition pool. So we hope that we came in early enough, because, the second launch just happened about a week ago. I know that the first building has been selling since the spring, but the second building, it's still here. And we have units available, and all we need to do is work with you to be able to pick the unit that you want. Lily, did you pop your details in the chat? Oh, yes,
Yep.
your phone number's in
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, so you might want to, again, just record down one of our details, call one of us to determine, you know, which unit might be best for you. I'd like to stop sharing the screen though, and just do some, just open the floor for any questions that anybody might have.
Everyone's busy writing checks.
Yeah, I know. I know one of the people who are there is someone who is looking to invest, Farisha. So I'm sure Farisha have a lot of questions. She probably have a list of them. I'm sure she's probably writing. She's one of them who probably writing her check right now.